in case you're wondering. Okay, so that's it. We're starting the show. All right, guys. So this is the Readiness Report. Welcome back. We are here. Last week we were in at the Nut Bash.
Yeah, we were at the Nut Bash.
In Norfolk, Virginia, and
live from Warriors Tap House.
Yeah, Warriors Tap House, drinking the Viking blood. Yeah. This time we're back here at the office, the boring office, drinking nothing but Propel, of course. Yeah. No blood of anything.
The finest Propel.
The finest, yes. That's the old kiwi strawberry, my old go-to. Yeah. So anyway, guys, the Readiness Report, as most of you already know, is where we talk about things related to Redcon 1, business, myself, Eduardo. We answer pre-asked questions, which a lot of you guys did through Facebook and other methods. And then we go into my favorite segment number 3, where we actually answer questions live. So right now, we're in segment number 1, where we talk about stuff that's going on. So in case you don't know about the show, I will be ignoring your questions. You can talk to amongst each other, but in the beginning, I'm going to ignore you so that we can get on to what's been going on. So we have our notes here, and we're going to talk about all this stuff. But before I get into that, 2 big things. Number 1, all you have to do is hit the share and the like button. If you are on Facebook to enter to win 90 Serving Grunt. If you are on Instagram, what are you laughing at? My mom already. And 90 Serving Grunt, and you're on Instagram Live, you just hang on till the end. If you're on YouTube Live, well, you're screwed. You can't win anything. There's not enough people on there yet to justify giving away anything. So we're giving away 2 90 Serving Grunts, a flavor of your choice. And the other really big thing that I have to talk about right here in the beginning of the show is the big deal. Huge. So we brought back the huge end of the month deal for this month of June. And the deal is that if you spend $50 on the site on anything you want, for example, let's say you buy 2 boxes of bars. 2 boxes of bars now qualifies you to automatically get, it'll pop up in your cart, a free choice of a gym bag. We have a red gym bag, which I think is awesome, and a black gym bag, a little less awesome in my opinion, but
they're going fast.
They're going fast.
They're going very fast.
They're both awesome, and they're free. So it's a $60 value, totally for free. And then we're also giving away a $10 shaker, the new shaker we just got in. Mm-hmm. So you're getting a free shaker, a free bag, a $70 value, yeah. $70 value with a $50 purchase. And we're not stopping there. You can use the code N25 to save 25% off. So this is the craziest deal we've done in quite some time. And it's also resulted in the craziest numbers that we've seen in quite some time. Ever. So yesterday was the best day ever on the site. The day before that was the best day ever on the site. And then today we're doing pretty damn good. So as a result, there's thousands and thousands of orders down there. And yes, we have people packing and shipping right now. And
some people already received their stuff.
Yeah, I was excited to see how good we're doing this time. Last time we had a little slowdown, a little problems in terms of how many orders we got on the last deal versus how fast we got them out. So this time we had a big meeting. We talked about shipping. Last thing I want is you guys out there who are trusting in us and giving us a shot to be waiting a long time for an order. So we really put the pedal to the metal over here. We have a ton of people down there now. On Saturday, that's the most people on Saturday. We got 8 or 9 people down there packing now. And then Hammer's here as well. Yeah, it's crazy down there. And
have you ever used the word lit? Or said it's lit?
No. You say it enough for both of us. Yeah, you like that. And bougie, which is another one I've never said in my life.
Yeah.
What other ones do you say that I don't say?
Probably
quite a few. Yeah.
I try to keep us hip.
Well, if you want, one day I'll say all of them, and one day just like throw people off. I'll make a list. Do
it at the party. Just go up to Monique and be like, "This party's lit."
Yeah, she'll laugh.
I think we would like pass out.
She'll laugh.
Half the staff would pass out.
I'll have to get a bunch of words together for that. All right. So, what is on our list today? We do have a good list of cool stuff going on. Yesterday, I did something that I was pretty excited about. You guys may know, I hope you know, we have 2 radio shows that we brought. One's brand new, and then we brought back one. Silky Science, we recorded yesterday and is available right now on iTunes, SoundCloud, and you can get it on the site. And that was about stimulants. So Eric Hart and I, the Silky Tuba, we talked about the science of stimulants, the history of stimulants, the future of stimulants. Very cool radio show. And yesterday I recorded.
I said, don't try saying bougie again. That sounded terribly Caucasian.
Well, that's why I don't say it. That's why they would all get a kick out of me saying all those words. So yesterday, and this will be out on Wednesday, I had Jay Cutler on as Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler on the show on the Readiness Radio, which is my show about championship mindset, on business, on success tips. And it was a really, really cool show because I don't think in the history of Jay Cutler has he ever been on a radio show that doesn't focus on bodybuilding or fitness at all. Now, we did use some situations from his competitive history to talk about like not quitting and like, never giving up and stuff. But in reality, the show is all about business and success. And
very rare insight into the Jay Cutler.
Yeah, this is. I mean, he even says in the thing that he doesn't, as a rule, he doesn't talk about business in public because he doesn't want anybody to think that he is bragging or that And I can certainly understand that. Jay has a great reputation. Everybody likes Jay, which is extremely rare in our industry. I mean, that's like a one-off thing. Everybody has something bad to say about everybody. I don't. I personally try to keep all my comments positive about people, but that is a very unusual thing in our industry. And then to have somebody who other people only say positive things about. So Jay's very careful about that, but he did give us an inside look, and it's certainly a different look into his life and his strategies and thought processes. And it was interesting because it shows so like me and Jay get along really well, and we talk all the time for years. But in the interview, it was interesting because some of the things that he says are very different than the things that I believe. And I didn't go into contradicting him a lot, but you'll know when you listen to it.
Yeah,
some of the things that he says and the way that he, does things are very different than the way I do things.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, it'll be interesting. Like in terms of I'll give you an example. Like he's a one-man show. He doesn't trust other people to do things for him because he thinks that he can do it better himself.
Right.
And obviously I understand that it's impossible to achieve. You can only go so far doing everything by yourself.
Right.
So he talked about that where, my philosophy on that is that you have to find good people. I don't think so. No, matter of fact, I'm positive or not. You may want to ask Eric. No, definitely not out loud. Because we just got a pallet. There's a pallet sitting down there right now.
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Sorry. Look at Eduardo's doing a good job checking on stuff is out of stock on the site. He just saw that Sprinkle Donut is out, but it's definitely not out. So anyway, the show is really great with Jay, and I know that you guys are going to enjoy it. That comes out on Wednesday, I believe at noon, and it's going to be a really cool show. Also, this is only the third show back. I stopped doing Readiness Radio for a while, and I brought it back, and I think that I have a good idea now in terms of what I can do to keep the show interesting and fresh. And I like the interview idea. So it really went well with him. So let's see. Next week is something neat is coming up. So next week we have the big party. So we every 6 weeks or so, I try to do a team building event here with all the employees. And as the team continues to grow, a lot of the people don't actually get a chance to interact with each other on a social kind of field, right? So because also our departments here are kind of segregated. Upstairs is marketing, downstairs is sales, frontline is over back here where it's kind of like it's got its own little area. Our overflow, our warehouses are all across the street. Our B2B shipping is a whole nother warehouse that's now it's 15,000 square feet, and those guys never come over here and never get to interact. And there's just a lot of people. We have over 40 employees, and a lot of people don't get a chance to hang out together. So we always do these team building events. And this team building event I'm excited about. We rented the clubhouse at my neighborhood, and we're catering it, open bar, music, karaoke. We're going to do some awards. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about that. And that is actually happening the next Friday. We didn't want to do it on July 4th because I figured people probably have their own family plans, right? So let's see. Calf progress. The calf formation. I don't know if you guys saw the video that me and Joe put out, the trailer. The calf formation is almost done. There's only 2 weeks left. And I'm very, very excited to have you guys see the progress that I've made and be able to get the program to put 2 inches on your calves. Probably some people even more. And I think that it's cool because it proves that hard work, a good plan, and never quitting and pushing super hard, you can achieve something that even your genetics might tell you otherwise.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right. So was I right?
Yeah.
So what are they going to
He's adding it to scoop.
Okay, sweet. Who is?
Marcos. He's here.
Oh, okay, good. I knew there was a pallet on the ground down there.
I saw it yesterday. That's why it irked me.
Yeah. It's good that you're checking. Are you going through everything and checking?
Yeah, I'm going through it.
That's cool. So the calf formation actual program will be available on the site, I believe the 25th of July, but I'm not 100% sure.
You told them about the serious progress you've made?
Yeah, well, I'm going to show you the serious progress I made. I don't want to even say. Yes, and it is a interesting program that nobody, in my opinion, nobody has done this before, because I'm putting all this attention and effort on a daily basis, more than once a day, of calf training.
That's pretty crazy how much calf training you're doing.
Every day. So anyway, let's see what else is coming up. New apparel release. It's coming up towards the end of June?
July.
I
wrote June by accident.
So a lot of people have been asking about shirts being out of stock, and that is something that we've been hearing over and over and over again. Shirts, that's what I've been hearing, and I bring it up to Eduardo every once in a while. But so people are like, oh, mediums, and this is not there, this is not there. But the reason is because we are getting rid of the current apparel. So the actual shirts that you see on the site right now, once they're gone, because come mid-June or July, we're actually doing a whole new apparel refresh, and the designs are pretty damn cool.
They're nice.
They're really good.
You seen some of them?
I've seen some of them. So check that out. Look forward to the new apparel release. And then the next one is going to be quite a bit later. I believe we're doing one like what?
We're doing
fall or winter. Fall and a winter.
Winter.
So these are going to be really cool. And I think people are going to be excited to see them. I go I can really talk about the Montana trip next week, right? Because it's another week. So we'll hold off on that one. I booked something cool. I booked for the Olympia. Because we're bringing a lot of people to Olympia.
This is going to be hilarious.
So we bringing a lot of people to Olympia from the office and everything, and so we actually rented a big house for everybody to stay in. Everybody other than me and Eduardo, because Eduardo's having a baby, he can't go. Yeah. So me and Darielle and Asher, who's coming this year, are going to stay in a hotel just because it makes it easier having a kid and stuff there, and because I don't want them to be around all the debauchery and craziness that's going to happen.
Yeah, you can't have a kid in that house.
But we're going to have 13, 14 people in this house. And it should be pretty awesome. I can't wait to see all the footage. We'll be videoing everything. All right, let's go to the questions. You ready for the questions?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
And we're going to go back. We'll talk about the Montana trip. Me going to see me and Darielle actually going to see Rob and Daniel and Bailey in Montana and doing all kinds of outdoor shit. But I'm actually not.
I'm excited to hear about you doing outdoor
shit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Was that to Craig?
No, Marcos.
Oh, okay, cool. Got the questions?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of questions today, so we're going to be going
some sort of inventory management system that tracks how much product you have left and orders more, so we don't run out of something.
No, we do have an inventory tracking system, of course. SKU Vault is what we use to track the inventory, and Shopify as well, which is the front end of the site. We also use it for wholesale. It all connects to SKU Vault, and then SKU Vault definitely lets us know where we are. Now, the problem with anything like that is it's pretty common in business to do projections on how much you're moving, and that way there's systems out there that can do I forget the word. What's the word for that? Not prospecting. That's forecasting. So they can do forecasting. Programs out there can do forecasting and tell you based on your run rate when you should reorder again and how fast you're moving it, how long a supply you have. So you could say you got 16 weeks of grunt, 30 serve cherry lime, right? The problem is for us, we are selling so fast that there's no way to.
We're increasing so fast every month.
There's no way to forecast. It's not possible to forecast because the run rate changes and we get new customers. And so let's say we add a new customer for Lebanon, right? And he buys $70,000 of ration and isotope. Well, it's screwed up everything now. You've changed it dramatically. Or if GNC adds a new SKU and they need 6,000 of one flavor right away, so it's not something where you can really project it. Yeah. So it is what it is. Now, as we slow down, it'll change a lot.
Do you have any?
If we ever slow down,
do you have any? We won't slow down. Do you have any modifications or paint schemes for the new truck? Forgot about the truck.
Oh, the truck is a big thing.
The new fancy truck.
Well, I don't know if it's fancy, but it's big as fuck.
It's big as fuck.
So I got an American General, which is a 5-ton truck. It's an Army truck. Yeah. It's huge. It makes the Denali look small.
Yeah, it makes the Denali look like a child.
Yeah, it's really big. Really big. Yeah. Big enough to run a car straight over. Run straight through this building. It's it's the real deal. It can go through a lake. They're saying, you
can go up to the windows.
Yeah, you can go like a good 10 feet into water.
Should try it across the street.
It's tempting. I bet you can go straight across that lake.
Be a cool product video.
Yeah, that would be a really cool video. If it doesn't work, the truck's done. The truck's done. So it's a really awesome truck. I'm pretty pumped up about it. In terms of what we're going to do with it, so I got a quote, or Eddie told me anyway, that it cost $6,000 to wrap that truck. So there's no way I'm doing that. That doesn't
spray
it. So we're probably going to put the spray the Redcon logo, like stencil it on with red, and that'll probably be it. Honestly, we're cleaning out the inside of the truck now. Mikey's going to come over and spray the inside, and that's that. So it should be that kind of truck is doesn't need a whole lot, you know. Yeah,
it's not fancy.
No, it's not fancy. It's just badass.
The breakdown of the 3 animal proteins in MRE and how it's made. The percent of beef, chicken, and fish, and how you process this to make MRE. It's also egg.
So there's beef, chicken, fish, salmon, beef, chicken, salmon, egg, and there's pea protein and brown rice, and it's in that order. So in terms of the actual percentages of each one, I don't know. That would be an Eric Hart question, and we certainly have the paperwork for each one of those things, but that's not something I can pop out. Like I don't know the exact percentage numbers of each one. The cool thing for the actual product itself is that the protein in there, the animal protein, like salmon. So salmon freaks people out, right? And people are like, "Whoa, salmon's probably going to be gross."
Salmon's a polarizing food because people that don't like fish hate the smell.
And they know that salmon is good for you, but they don't. A lot of people don't like it because they taste the smell. So this is the thing: when they actually make the salmon into salmon protein, they pull out all the fat. So the fat actually gets taken out, and the fat is what tastes like anything and smells like anything. So the actual salmon protein itself is like basically tasteless, and certainly tastes nothing like fish. And so that was the thing that actually got us thinking when we found out that salmon protein is made by Glambia, and it's plentiful and very rarely used. It doesn't taste like anything. It started to kind of get like that's the ideas that kind of got things going. So that's how because I know that people are curious, like, is it going to be tasting? Why doesn't it taste bad or whatever, right?
From your mom.
Yes.
When you give work and family as much time as you do you think it is important to also pay attention and learn about trends and events outside of your everyday areas of focus? And why?
I think it's not very important to look into stuff outside of my my focus, but I do. I mean, my focus is business. My focus is family, supplements, our industry that I'm currently in. Of course, I read the news every morning, right? Yeah. I read books at night before I go to bed that are not related to our industry at all. But do I spend a lot of time listening to podcasts like my mom does on TED Talks and shit? No, because it's a waste of time. It's not heading in the right direction. Now, I do listen, and what I'll tell you, I watch YouTube videos that are like supposed to be motivational or like business related, and just because I feel like it's a positive thing to do while I'm eating. So I might listen to Jordan Peterson talking about whatever or something interesting that I find interesting that's not related at all, but maybe is helpful. But I don't spend time researching other stuff. Really, I focus as much of my energy that I have on the things that are most important. And I think that anybody who wants to be a success in business and in life needs to focus 99% of their focus and energy on achieving their goals, not being splintered off in any other direction. That's it. Nice. That was quick. All right, guys. So this is segment number 3 of the show. Let me just remind everybody to hit the share and the like button. If you are on Facebook, that automatically enters you to win the 90 serving grunt. For Instagram, just hang on to the end. We're going to do a guessing game. You guys on YouTube, you're screwed. We're not doing it. We're not doing anything for you yet. Once we get into like the 40s or 30s or 40s for live viewers, just then, that's when we'll start giving away some notes. We're getting more this time, a little bit more anyway. I see a bunch of comments on here. So from this point forward, hit me up with your comments, whatever you have, and we will answer them live here. I'll do my best. It could be anything you want. And
somebody's saying, have you shipped any Moog to the UK? Still can't find any retailers selling it. So if you
I'm sure we have, but I don't know. Did you try supplement needs? They usually get stuff pretty quick. Brian says, do you take anything with your fasted cardio? Do you eat right after or drink a shake? So Brian, what I do right now is I'll do my coffee and stuff in the morning, and then I go do cardio, and I don't eat till I actually get here to the office and get I don't know, what do you want to get going, right? Yeah. So I don't probably eat till 10:30 or 11 in the morning. I make sure to try to eat by 11. I mean, at the very latest. Yeah. Do you own any guns? No, I own no guns. Although I do like guns. How are the Kai shoes? Pretty damn cool. Kai shoes are pretty cool, pretty comfortable. I don't know if there's something that I would be wearing regularly.
They made your calves look.
They did make my calves look big. I will tell you that, and that's a big plus.
This is maybe, just maybe, it's me, but I added Moog to my Total War Big Noise stack. I felt like adding Moog kicked it up a gear for me.
It definitely does, 100%.
Greg and I are big proponents of Moog.
I know. It's awesome. Moog. The hoodie that Luke is wearing, Country Fitness Change, says the hoodie that Luke is wearing is going to be available in the June release. I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's not.
What is the hoodie he's talking
about? That's that hoodie with the straps.
He doesn't have Redcon
from the lady. Yeah, it does.
Oh, then he got the one off.
Yeah.
Why is it 11 a.m. start? Why do we start early today? Because Eric Hart, Silky Tuba, his son Jackson is having a birthday party, turning 5. Mm-hmm. So my son and my kids and Darielle and me are going to be at the party. It's at 1:00. So we had to make the show earlier. I guess I should have said that in the beginning, huh?
Yeah.
Emily says, I love the sprinkled donut bar. Me too, Emily. That's my favorite.
What do we have to do to get Aaron to do a quad and hammy transformation?
Oh, it's not happening. Not happening. It sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. Outgoing Brooke says, what got you started when you started Redcon? Well, Brooke, I had owned several other supplement companies, and I left a company called Blackstone Labs. And basically, I had no choice but to either like start over doing something else or start over doing what I knew best. And basically, I had an initial team of myself, Eduardo, Eric Hart, Eddie, who runs the shipping department, and Howard. Well, he runs the warehouse. Howard runs the shipping department. And so we really didn't have a lot of options. It was either that or just go do something else. So we started Redcon 1. And, that's how I got started. Yeah, fortunately for me, I had a lot of connections in the industry already, and I had money, and I had the ability to get going right away.
Wasn't really by choice.
It wasn't so much by choice. It just kind of happened. I got 30 servings of Total War in my Project Lift or Die box. Love it. Tiger's Blood flavor is amazing, crazy pumps and taste, and lasts the entire 90-minute workout with no crash afterwards. Thank you. Those guys are pretty cool. Project Lift or Die.
Yeah.
Pretty damn cool box.
That's still a thing.
No, it's only on YouTube. It's because YouTube people.
Little do you know, I want the wall.
Let's see. You don't answer anything here. I just did answer.
You just did.
Yeah. Don't answer anything.
Big fan of your BCAAs. I work in a freezer and it causes serious muscle fatigue hauling frozen food, and Tiger's Blood has helped me get through my day. Keep it up. That's cool.
Bernardo says, Aaron, which bag do you think is better, the red or the black bag? They're both very cool, but I prefer the red bag. Sprinkled boxes. No, the sprinkled box donut are not out. They're back on the site, right?
They're back on the site. Should be back on the site.
If they're not, then you put them back on the site because the guy's taking too long.
Well, I can't because I don't know how much. I put 500 in this,
right? If he's not had it back on yet, he's checking. But it should definitely Halo or Mode for women. Both. I would suggest both. Darielle took the Halo Mode, and it made a huge difference for her. Huge difference. Hey, fellas, Emery would be a good way to go for gaining weight and gaining mass. So what I do, go get him on there. I don't know what he's doing. That's like he's take his time to do it. Marco. So Emery, I love the normal Emery to gain weight and to gain mass. And I'll tell you exactly what I do. I put almond milk, ice cubes, 4 scoops of Emery, and then 1 big old scoop or 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter. So it ends up being about 900 calories. It tastes great, digests well, whole food, and great solution.
You just did it on Skibo.
So he doesn't do it on both of them?
Well, no, it's supposed to auto update.
How long does it take for a fat burner to start working? 2 weeks till you start noticing the difference. But technically, when you take it, you should be feeling an uptick in your body temperature right away. Where's the peanut butter flavor for the regular tub? We do not have a peanut butter flavor for a Emery yet.
We did try it.
Yeah, we actually approved it. We approved it just now. How long for standard shipping? For right now, I would say it's safe. If you're ordering right now today, you're probably looking at 3 or 4 days for standard shipping. Normally, it should be 2 or 3 days. Nathan says 5 days. There you go. The blue coconut Total War is coming out pretty soon. We approved the flavor. It tastes great. Nick Oregon on YouTube says Redcon 1 in Canada. We need Redcon in Canada. Good news is there is Redcon 1 in Canada. We got a distributor there called Peak Performance. We're already in Popeyes and a whole bunch of other stores. But it's only the products that are legal to import without an NPN number, which is Isotope, Ration, Emery, Emery Light, Emery Bars, Cluster Bop.
Sprinkle Donut's back on the site.
Sprinkle Donut is back on the site. There you go. Did you have to do it or did it go through?
I just did it.
Okay. So I guess in terms of the NPM numbers, it's like 8 months probably 7 months left now, 6 or 7 months left before we start seeing some of the normal products like Total War be approved for Canada. Shouldn't be that long though.
What would be a good mass stack? Boomstick, Mob, Halo.
Yep, that's the best. That's the best natural stack anybody's ever had. Nicholas Tatoth on YouTube. You're the man, Aaron. As you know, quite a few people, you have quite a few people that purchase Redco products and who are tier operators. How can we go about repping Redco even though we're not sponsored athletes? Well, that, Nicholas, it's almost like you answered your own question. The tier operators are people who are affiliated, like family, extended family for Redcon, who are not sponsored athletes, but they are associated with the brand. So the best thing to do is go to tieroperator.com and apply today. Check it out. Let's see. Are you coming out with Emery Light and some of the flavors you have for Isotope? Possibly. We do now have 2 new flavors that are fantastic: pecan pie, which is unbelievable, and the chocolate chip oatmeal, which is unbelievable. Those 2 are great for Emery Light.
I have people asking me if we will come out with a red velvet cake MRE bar.
No, but maybe. But the next one is going to be carrot cake.
Woo!
Do you think Kai will return? I'm 50-50 on the fence. I want him to return, that's for sure. Very much want him to return. Aaron, apologies, it's been asked already. But any updates on Kai in regards to doing Olympia? It was just asked, Ryan. But like I said, I want him to do the Olympia. I hope he does the Olympia, but I'm not confident that he will. I'm giving you 50-50.
Any other Total War flavors approved this week?
Arnold Palmer, we liked. Arnold Palmer, we liked. We liked a few other ones. We did a bunch.
Yeah, I can't remember them. They were really weird. I can't remember.
What was the other one we approved that we really liked? I liked one a lot. One of the first ones we did. Damn it. Eric would know. I apologize. Eric would know.
Did we do like a pink lemonade, like aminos too?
I didn't like that one. The grunt. As part of their team attending the Arnold's, opportunities to even if you're not invited. As a part of their tier team, if attending the Arnold, is there opportunities to help if not invited to help? If you're part of the tier operator team, you can always ask Luke to help at the Arnold or the Olympia.
Blood Orange.
Blood Orange was very good.
Blood Orange
was very good. Yeah, that was very good. When will GI Juice be back in stock? I think 2 weeks, Eric said. I believe 2 weeks.
I work in an extremely high heat environment, and I'm using your silencer as well as your stimulant fat burner. And I found I feel super dehydrated through my 12-hour shift.
I believe it.
Is there a recommended amount of water to drink? I'm normally pushing about 2 gallons a shift.
Oh my God. I would put some Breach in there, man.
Yeah.
Breach will help you stay hydrated. 2 gallons is already a lot.
Yeah,
so
that's a lot of water.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. I don't think you want to go too crazy with the water.
Yeah.
So I would suggest you do add some Breach in there. And yeah, you're right. Those will absolutely dehydrate.
Yeah.
So they increase your body temperature already. So you're going to be burning more
like
fat
and water. The Bendyland,
yeah.
Which is a diuretic.
100%, yeah. I've been taking silencer. Quinn says I've been taking silencer since the 18th, and it's been working great. Along with that, I'm taking Boomstick and RPG. Hell yeah, Quinn. Thank you, man. That's awesome. What do you think about pure protein diet for losing stubborn fat? Only protein and no fat at all? I think that's extreme. I think that a ketogenic diet where you have fat and protein is good, especially if you're trying to lose weight that's heavy, that's hard to drop. But doing only protein where it's like tilapia and greens or chicken or whatever, that is probably not a good diet to stick on, not healthy. And also it's going to tear down a lot of muscle. Let's see.
Everything I ordered in the huge deal will be here today. It's out on the truck now. I'll be sporting it next gym session.
Very cool. The blackout hat. The blackout hat is all size, one size fits all, right?
Mm-hmm.
One size fits all on that one. How often do you guys bring on athletes? Athletes very rarely. So tier operator is the option for you guys if you're interested in becoming part of the plan, the program here, and be part of the team. You go to tieroperator.com and apply. To be an athlete, it's very difficult because we have to find the right person, not just the right following. It needs to be the right personality. It needs to fit with the brand, the messaging. So it's been very difficult to find athletes. It's not something that happens regularly.
Update on the water pill. Water board.
I think that it's done. The art, the packaging, I believe, is all done. So we're just waiting on getting it made and delivered. So I think it's very soon, I would think. What's your favorite breed of dog? I don't know. I had a Siberian Husky that I loved a lot, but he was so chilled out. I think that breed is a pretty active breed.
They are, yeah.
So you need a lot of activity and like attention. I don't know what my favorite breed of dog would be. I had Shelties when I was growing up that I loved.
Oh, yeah.
They were great. I like collies. I like golden retrievers a lot.
I love my Australian Labradoodle. I'm gonna have like 20 of those eventually.
But honestly, when you have a bunch of kids, I got 3 kids. I really have no interest in having any dogs until they get older. I mean, I really want more kids. I'd like to have another kid. So to add dogs to the mix would be too much. We tried to add a dog.
Yeah.
Flex Lewis gave us one of his dogs. What do they call it?
Extreme Bully.
Extreme Bully. And we called him, his name was Hyatt, and he was awesome. But he was a puppy, a baby. But he was more trouble than any of my kids.
Yeah.
He was a maniac.
He was crazy.
He was a maniac. He was a beautiful, beautiful dog. And we had to give him away. We gave him to our vet, who probably was able to provide the vet. He's so beautiful and such a nice personality, other than the fact that he was bananas crazy. The vet wanted him for her. And so I'm sure he has a very nice life now, but was way too crazy for having 3 kids and him.
Yeah, he was a degenerate.
Yeah. He was cool though. Yeah, if it was just me and him, a single guy, he would have been fantastic. Yeah. I mean, all I need is my wife screaming for Hyatt. She's going Hyatt. It's like, oh my god. We had a little baby at the time, several little babies. I haven't tried Redcon One products yet. What should I start with? Well, that's a good question. It really depends on your goal, Jenks. The easiest one to recommend is either Total War, which is your pre-workout. Everybody loves a pre-workout, or Emery bars. I mean, Emery bars. Everybody's gonna like Emery bars. So if you start with a sprinkle donut Emery bar, you're gonna fall in love with that product at the very least, and hopefully it'll introduce you to other products. How can I get sponsored by Redcon One? You can only get sponsored by Redcon One by going to tieroperator.com and applying there. I really don't take applications to be sponsored. No. So since like, hey, I want to be sponsored, usually, well, almost always that doesn't really work. No. You have to work your way up the system here, the team. Kind of needs to come back for sure. You're telling me. Good to see you at the GNC convention. It was actually very good. I was on my list here. I somehow missed it. Oh. We went to the GNC convention. It was the franchise convention, which is so it's all the store owners for the franchises, which means it's like instead of corporate, these are privately owned GNCs, and there's about 1,000 store owners or managers there, and then also they had the regional the regional sales directors for the corporate stores, and a lot of the corporate employees, the top salesmen. And so we got to meet decision makers. I got to explain and talk about the brand, and I got to meet a lot of people that were interested in the brand but didn't really know a whole lot. So it was cool to be able to basically pitch the brand over and over again to people that like mattered, that make decisions and are able to choose to bring the products into the stores. And basically everybody had heard of Redcon One, but probably only 20-30% of them were familiar with the products or knew why we were doing so well or why we're so different. A lot of people came up and said, I see Redcon One everywhere, but like, why? What makes you guys why are you still doing so good?
Right.
And that was a great opportunity a great lead in to explain why,
Somebody say, when is the carrot cake and Murray bar coming out?
Probably August. I think we have an actual doc date for when it comes, but I believe it's in early to late August. Amadeus says, would you be willing to get into the private supermarket business with any of your products? Yes, with the Emery bars. I would love to have the Emery bars in H-E-B, Publix, all the big grocery stores. That would be fantastic. The other products I would not want to put in the grocery stores because that would automatically make us not cool. But the Emery bars I would like to be everywhere. Convenience stores, CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, everywhere.
Shout out.
Maybe not Walmart, everywhere else.
Yeah, we got a shout out for Matt in the call center. My order is up for delivery today. Can't wait to try it out. Whoever Matt is in your company, very helpful via text message.
That's awesome. That's very cool. How much for the Redcon One flag behind you in the video? $50,000. $50,000 I'll sell to you.
Cash in a briefcase.
Let's see. How are you, Beast? I'm good, Beast. How are you, Beast? What kind of diet do you recommend? If you're doing a diet to lose fat, I personally like a carb cycling diet, although there's lots of ways to skin a cat. how's everybody doing over there, Aaron? Nathan, we're doing very well. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Right? You're coming. I believe Nathan is coming to Orlando, right, for school. I think.
Yeah.
And he asked if when he comes here, could he get a job? Of course.
Yeah.
No question. And he was saying like when with the warehouse stuff.
Yeah,
like, absolutely. Are you kidding? Muscle Fury says hi to Eduardo.
Hello, Muscle Fury.
What about pit bulls? I like pit bulls, but I don't think I would get any. We had the extreme bully, which is technically, I believe, a pit bull of some sort, right? How do you send your marketing team to conferences to improve? How often do you send your team to conferences? We go to conferences, marketing conferences,
a couple times a year.
Probably 3 times a year. I think we're going to Outbound in September, right before the Olympia. Yeah, we go to Outbound, which is going to be a good one.
It's Boston, I think, right?
Yeah, it's Boston. Or Inbound. What's it called? Inbound or Outbound? I think that was Inbound.
I think it was Inbound.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. And then we go to a few of them regularly, and
you go to that one in San Diego.
That's called. Annually, we go to that one. Yeah. I'm allergic to whey. And MRE is one of the very few supplements I could take for protein. Nice. Extremely thankful for Redcon existing. Thank you. Yeah, me too. And that is really cool. And one of the reasons why I was super excited for MRE initially is because there's this huge influx of interest in vegan proteins. And so, like, we're in my neighborhood, Lisa Leslie lives in my neighborhood. If you don't know who Lisa Leslie is, she's the best female basketball player in history. She's like the Michael Jordan of female basketball players. And she came up to me and was asking me about Redcon. And she told me she can only take vegan protein because she doesn't digest any kind of dairy well. Even in isolate, she just can't digest it. And I said, I got something for you. And I gave her MRE, and she couldn't believe it. So it digests incredibly well. So even somebody who's extremely sensitive, lactose intolerant to the extreme, can take it because there's no lactose at all. And I feel like that all this uptick in vegan protein interest is not necessarily because everybody's a vegan. It's because they don't want to take dairy. All right.
This says here, the double tap makes me a little bit nauseous. Any suggestions what I can mix with it instead of water to alleviate the nausea? Maybe not taking it on an empty stomach?
Yeah. Everybody's different with that.
Yeah.
So, like, I can take whatever on an empty stomach. It doesn't bother me. I have a stomach made of cast iron. But there's some people that need to have, like, a full stomach or need to, really so it won't bother them. Yeah. Bernardo says, how did you know when it was time to get married? What is your take on marriage? So, Bernardo, I knew that it was time to get married because my wife, Darielle, was pregnant, but pre-wife. So we'd only been dating 6 months, and she got pregnant, or I got her pregnant, or however you want to look at it.
She didn't get there by herself.
Yeah. Buddy. So we got together and got pregnant together, and so I wanted to make sure that she was that we were married before the baby came. Now, the good news for me is that I already knew that she was the one. So it was like, I knew we were going to get married anyway. I 100% knew that we're getting married. It just didn't know we'd be getting married in 6 months, 1 year after we met. That was unexpected. But it ended up being the best thing ever because we had Asher, and he is fantastic, and I can't imagine life without the guy. So it ends up being, really, really perfect, even though it didn't seem like it at first. And like I said, for me, I knew for sure we were getting married anyway. So it was just a matter of time, and it just advanced the timeline up. And the good thing for me also is that I was older when I got married. I was 31 when I got married. And 32 when I got married. 32 when I got married. 31 when I met Darielle, 32 when I got married. So that's a good time to get married, right? So the older you get, if you were like me and you want to have a bunch of kids, if you wait until longer, let's say if me and Darielle hadn't had Asher, I probably would have waited to get married at least 3 years, I bet, to the actual time we got married. So that would have put me at 34, or maybe even 35. So yeah, I'm 35 before I even got married. So then you're looking at another year at least till I had a baby.
So you're looking at 36. Just had like one baby just now.
Yeah, I would have like one baby. I wouldn't have had Aiden yet. So and then when you're 38 and you only have one baby, you have to think about it logically. Like, you're going to have 3-4 babies. It's going to be tough unless you pop them out quick. So funny for me, it all worked out. That's the story. For you, how do you know it's the right time to get married? Because you feel it in your bones, in your soul, in your heart that it's the right time to get married. Don't let anybody pressure you to get married. I pressured myself because I didn't want Asher to be born out of wedlock. So it was something that was important to me and to my family. But I think that you should just know. And that's the thing is I don't think that there's anything other than an internal knowledge that you should do it. What do I think about marriage in general? I don't know, man. Like I have a great marriage and I'm happy that I am married. On the flip side, there's a lot of people like Louis Marco that always brings up the fact that why do you need a contract, a legal contract, legal binding document to be married? You can be committed no matter what without that. So I understand where they're coming from, but I also understand that this is a life at the time in this world. Commitment is not a common thing.
Nope.
So putting it on paper, you are committing via contract as well. And I do think that probably keeps people together in the tough times, maybe where they might have quit otherwise, if you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So like that is an extra reason to hold on a little longer because everything is finite in life. So any fight that seems huge, if you wait it out a little bit, it'll seem less huge and everything else goes the same way. So it's everything comes and goes. And if you wait it out and you have a little stick-to-itiveness, more than likely it'll end up working out. If you always have the option to get out at any time with no consequences, right, you may be like, yeah, fuck it. Didn't work out. I'm out of here. So there you go. What do you got over there?
Who from the shop is going to the Olympia? So who from here is going to the Olympia? A bunch of people.
A bunch of people. The sales guys.
Yeah. Silky Tuba.
Silky Tuba. Not you.
Not me. You keep bringing that up.
Stephanie.
I feel like you're happy I'm not going.
No, I can't believe it. Stephanie,
Eddie,
Luke, of the Tour Operator Program.
3.
Yeah. Rudy,
possibly Dave.
Definitely our video team.
Diddley and Ray.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah. That's
Chris
it.
Hester.
Chris Hester. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jeremy Pavin will be there because he'll be competing.
Chris Larios will be there. Steve Larios will be there.
And then Borriello.
Gary Borriello will be there. She's competing. Who else? Taylor Spadaccino. I'm sure she lives there.
She lives there, yeah.
And we'll have to see who else. Honestly,
it's quite a list.
Quite a crew. Yeah. So let's see.
What are your suggestions for getting sculpted abs? I've improved everywhere else with your products, but my abs are the hardest. I don't know if being short hinders me. Thanks.
You just have to lose more body fat, unfortunately. That's the key to having sculpted abs. You need to lose more body fat. Sucky to hear that, but it means you need to eat less and exercise more, burn more calories than you're consuming. It's pretty simple, but that is the key. Can I take double tap with Total War? No, I would not suggest you take double tap with Total War. It's a lot of stimulants in general to put together at the same time. We gave a company to add Red Con products in our shops in Libya and Marco and Romania and others. What's the best way to contact you guys? Well, I would certainly love that. Those are a bunch of places that we are not in right now. You email sales, S-A-L-E-S, sales at redcon1.com. That goes for anybody who wants to carry Redcon 1 in their stores. For international, we're looking to continue to expand. We're in 60 countries internationally right now, worldwide, but there's a lot of places we are not in. So please hit me up, sales at redcon1.com.
This is greetings from the Caribbean. Thanks for the awesome products, especially MRE.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So Jake gets pumped. He says, Aaron, as you mentioned a question asked at the convention, why is Redcon 1 doing so well? Do you care to give us your live on the spot response? Yes, I'm going to give you the short response. So like there's obviously like if you walked up and you said you had 94 stores, so I would give you the full on 20 minutes pitch. But if you come up and you're like, hey, I'm Jake, I work at GNC Corporate and I want to know why are you guys doing so good? That's the one I'm going to give you. Not that that's a bullshit one. This is the real one, but it's just a condensed. Because if I do it for 100% for real all the way, then we're going to have no time left and I won't answer anybody else's questions. Okay? Go. Okay. So what makes Redcon 1 really different is that from the very beginning, from the inception of Redcon 1, we came at this from something different. So supplement brands come and go all the time. You guys see them. They're here and they're gone the next day. Well, when we came initially, before we even had a name, we had a plan to be different in several different ways. Number one, we wanted to create a brand, an actual brand. So something iconic that's long lasting, that's easy to recognize. It's like when you see the Apple symbol right here on the screen here on the back of your phone, you know that's Apple. If you see the I for IBM, you'll know. If you see the Rolex, the crown for Rolex. So we wanted to create something like that. In the supplement industry, that's never been done before. So when you see the Shield and you see the RC1, you know Redcon 1, right? So that's kind of like from the very beginning, we wanted to create a real brand, something different, something that stood for something that had a message. So when you look at Redcon 1, everybody knows it means the highest state of readiness. So that's not just what we say our slogan is, that's actually what the word means. Redcon 1 is military slang, jargon, etc., for the highest state of military preparedness or readiness. And Redcon 1 is number one. That's the highest state. So basically, we built everything around the brand message. And that's very rare in our industry. So we had a name that's easy to remember, that means something, and that people would recognize quickly. And so right from the very beginning, we pushed content instead of sales. So if you were there in the beginning of Redcon 1, you know that a lot of the time and money was spent producing content for you guys to enjoy or to learn or to get some value out of. And we actually spent money to push that content for more people to see it. So we spent ad money to push content instead of ad money to push sales or to push a product, try to convert you to buying something. Instead, we spent money to let you know what we're about or to add value to your life. And a lot of you guys who are Dallas McCarver fans will know that, for a new company, it doesn't have much money to get going. We spent a ton featuring Dallas and following his life and doing daily and regular videos because everybody enjoyed it. And instead of pushing a product, we pushed content. So that from the very beginning set us apart from all the other companies because nobody had done anything like this before. And then we've been really true to the brand ever since. So is that good enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be like, now let me tell you something, Jake. I would love to have you carry Redcon 1 products in your store. I can promise you that we'll support you. We'll sample support, shakers, apparel, swag, for days. And we would really appreciate it if you carry it. And I guarantee you it'll sell.
Sand in a desert. Yes. Sand in a desert.
Can you stack Total War with Big Noise? Not only can you, but you should. You absolutely should. If you take those two together, you create something truly special. So put a scoop of each one of those in your shaker.
Watch
and
the
you're
commercial.
Yeah, it's a 1 + 1 = 3. I don't know if we're actually pushing that commercial as much. I thought it was good. Who won the nuclear suitcase? I cannot remember his name offhand. Nuclear suitcase. I don't remember. Yeah. It's already sent out though, right? It's gone.
I think they ended up having to rebuild it.
Oh, have to do another one? Okay. Yeah. $50,000 in all singles and multiple briefcases. I would prefer just hundreds, but I'll take whatever comes.
I'll take
whatever denomination. I work for HEB. I showed quite a few people your products in Emery bars. Emery Light was a big hit. My Healthy Living manager would love to get them in the stores. Well, that's really cool, Amadeus. Wow. I even mentioned not HEB without knowing. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana, but I lived in Texas quite a while. And HEB is the shit. You've never been to HEB, right? Mm-hmm. It's a very nice. It's like a. I hate to because maybe Publix is watching now too, but it's like a nicer kind of version of Publix. Yeah, really upscale grocery shopping. Not like Whole Foods all the way because it's not like healthy, not all like that.
I know,
but it's really, really nice. And the one in Houston, on what was that? I want to say Glades. It's not Glades.
It's definitely not Glades.
Anyway, so that would be awesome. Once again, you can hit me up. You can DM me here or hit us up at sales@redcon1.com. I'll be happy to make that happen. Very, very happy, actually. Shout out to Luke. Luke is an awesome person to work with. I agree with that. He is very, very, very passionate about what he does. What time is this report on daily basis and the live fasted cardio? So every morning I do cardio and I do a live, an IG live, not like this one. It's not a planned show. I just shoot the shit and talk to you guys about really whatever you want. It's not an actual show or a broadcast or whatever. We just do it. And it's like in the mornings. And usually we start about 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now, occasionally we start a little earlier. Very rarely do we start later than 8:30, right?
Yeah, it depends on the baby situation.
Yeah, depending on how crazy my babies are in the morning. But it's almost always around 8:30.
Usually 8:30 is like a...
So usually it's funny because if I do it at 8:30, then we get much more people.
Yeah.
If I do it at 8, we get much less people.
Yeah.
It's like that's when people are going to work or like getting ready to go to work, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. My rep Xavier does an awesome job with the products, loving Redcon 1. Repping Redcon 1 in California. Thank you for the awesome products. I'm totally addicted to Redcon 1. Thank you so much, Mexican Muscle. You're the man. And I'm glad to hear that about Xavier. Always happy to hear that the guys on the front line are doing a good job. If you guys don't know, the front line is available for you guys in terms of helping you with products. So they can explain products. They can build you a custom stack. They can help you with your training. They can even give you their own personal diet stuff that works for them. They can't actually give suggestions, specific suggestions, because they're not licensed dietitians, but they can tell you what's worked for them. So they can really give you a lot of help. And they do it all for free. There's no cost to this service. And they're available via text message, phone call, email, DM, and they're available all day, every day, pretty much. And they can help you with deals. One of the cool things is that there's a lot of people that are at work and that are busy and that don't have the time necessarily during the workday to get on the website and purchase. You could hit up Xavier, for example, and he can do the whole thing for you. So there's no real work. Literally, you can get it all ready and do the purchase for you. So it's easy.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Wait. Uh-oh. Okay. Whoa.
Oh.
Sorry to scare everybody.
Oh,
is it dying? Is the magnet not working anymore? Okay. No? What happened? Who can get a share of Redcon 1? Is Redcon 1 in the stock market? No. There's no shares available. I got them all. So what else? I guess that's it. And if we don't have any more questions over here,
do your game.
Ryan Halterman won the nuclear suitcase. That's funny. Nicholas over here knew. He's already a tier operator. I'll gladly represent Redcon. I want a position to work at HQ, but we live in another state. Is there a chance of getting hired? If you live in another state and you want to work at the headquarters, it's going to be tough because I have everybody who works for us work here at the office. I don't believe in hiring people remotely. It doesn't ever work for me. KC Stone, hit up Luke at redcon1.com. If you've already applied to be a tier operator and you haven't heard back, doesn't mean that you're not accepted. You would hear if you're not accepted. And if you are not accepted, you can still ask why and hopefully do what's required to get yourself approved. Yes. And if you haven't applied, go to tieroperator.com. Muscle Fury, who will be at Battle of the Bay next month in July? You will be, right?
Silky too, but no, because that's the day I have to go to the baby class.
Oh, so who's going to go?
Just Eric.
Eric and Luke?
No, just Eric.
Eric's going to do the whole thing by himself?
Yeah.
No help?
No, because the guys from Rocks have people there. Last time we went, we were just standing there.
Oh.
Because they have like a couple people there. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're just like live sampling.
Very interesting. I had no idea. Okay. All right. What's your sponsorship like for bodybuilding athletes? I don't have any sponsorships available. tieroperator.com. All right, guys, so this is what we're going to do. We are 52 minutes in. What I am going to do now is we're going to ask you guys on Facebook, hit the share and like button one more time. That'll enter you to win the grunt, the 50 serving grunt. And you guys here, you're going to play the guessing game. So this is for the 50 serving, the 90 serving grunt. You have to guess a number that I'm writing right now. Whoever guesses it first is going to win that grunt. And you'll find out right now who wins. By the way, guys, the deal is still going on the site. Spend $50 on the site. Get a free gym bag. Black or red, your choice. I like red. The shaker cup, free shaker cup. And you can use the code N25 and save 25% off. This is the craziest deal, ever. Certainly producing the craziest results ever. So on this document that I hold in my hand, I have a number, and whoever is the first one to guess this number will win the 90 serving grunt of their choice. And if nobody guesses it in the next 7 minutes, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll just take it home with me. But you got a good little period of time. I feel like somebody's going to guess this one.
Yeah.
No, you don't think so?
No, I think they will. It's just.
I mean, it's only 100 numbers that they can guess. So, By the way, before there's any complaints, I am only going by the numbers that Eduardo and I see here on the screen. So we're both looking, and when the number pops up, we will let you know. So people complain a lot because they say, "Hey, I wrote that number," but it doesn't matter if you wrote it. It only matters if we see it, right?
Yeah, because not all of them show up.
Right.
If you give too many too fast, it'll spam you, and then your shit won't show up.
Right.
Boy, it's
Lance is trying hard.
Longer than expected.
You never, it's funny. The ones that I think that are going to be quick end up being super slow. Probably so. Okay, guys, on YouTube, I'm shutting you guys off. Thank you so much for watching.
God bless.